in Europe. Not a dissolution, but a resolution of what has been a chronic difficulty, and to bring stability to Europe. And simultaneously, by the way, protect the interests of all our citizens on both sides of the channel. And I hope you will agree that that should be a priority. And money will crop up, as it always does in Brussels, and some plaster may fall off the ceiling in the course of those conversations. I'm also sure that Theresa May can pull it off and usher in a new era of free trade deals. Indeed, we intend in the UK to be the foremost campaigner for global free trade, so that all our companies and all our population can benefit. And I'm amazed at the fertility of the UK economy. I was walking the streets of Uxbridge and South Ruislip as have I mentioned that there's a general election campaign? I should say that I can't hide it from you. There is a general election campaign underway, and so I am campaigning, as you may perhaps have detected from some of this speech. And I was walking the streets of Uxbridge and South Ruislip, and I found a company. Would you believe it? That now we don't make Toblerones in the UK yet. Well, we do, maybe we do actually. But anyway. There's a company in Uxbridge and South Ruislip that makes the wooden display counters that are used to sell duty-free Toblerones in every Saudi Arabian airport. How about that? Isn't that absolutely there in the back streets of us? Now, think of that. If we can crack markets like the counters for duty-free Toblerones in Riyadh and Jeddah, think what we can do when we have the series of free trade deals that we want to create with America, for instance, where they still have extraordinary prohibitions, such as a ban on Scottish haggis, and think of the deals we could do with India, my Lord Mayor. I'm sure you bring this up in your discussions around the world. If only we could negotiate a cut in India's 150% tariff on Scotch whisky. Currently, the British Scotch whisky currently commands only 1% of the Indian market. Think what we could do if my wife's Indian relatives were able to get UK Scotch whisky without the current tariffs. All the boon for the Indians who'd have the joy of more Scotch, satisfy the currently unsatisfied American craving for haggis, and all those deals. I think I saw a figure of an extra £41 billion that they could be worth. All those free trade deals would be good for, of course, UK exporters and manufacturers, and then in the virtuous cycle of free trade, that extra growth and prosperity, that extra spending cash here in the UK would make the UK an even more successful export market for our friends and partners in Europe and around the world. So let me conclude. Ladies and gentlemen, my Lord Mayor, Khaled, let me conclude by asking you, as I'm sure you've been hoping to do for the last few minutes, to charge your glasses with this delicious, absolutely, what is it? It's absolutely delicious import from another European country, bien sûr, and reflect how completely counterproductive and mad it would be to impose any tariffs or non-tariff barriers on the arrival in this country of the delicious wine that we're about to drink. Just as it would, why on earth would we want to have any barriers to imports of, as I often say, of Prosecco or any other European product from our friends and partners in Europe? Just as it would be insane to have any barriers on goods going from the UK to the rest of the EU. So let us therefore rededicate ourselves to the noble cause of free trade. Let us celebrate that dual identity of this country, both European and global, a dual role that is in the interests of the security, stability, and prosperity of Europe, of this country, and I believe of the whole world. And therefore let us finally drink the health of the two people who make a huge contribution to global Britain in everything they do to promote this great city to the world. Please rise and toast the Lord Mayor and the Lady Mayoress.
Lord Mayor.
The Lord Mayor and the Lady Mayoress. Thank you. Thank you.